Good morning, YouTube. Louie here with the best silver gold deals of Monday, June 9th, 2025. Let's rock and roll. Okay, we have got gold. It is up $7. It was down a little earlier, 3,315. And silver up 30 cents, continuing its run to 36.20 in the spot market. In the futures market, 36.44. Healthy differential there between spot and futures. Gold-silver ratio hovering right around 91 after having dropped from a high of like 103, 104. I think it'll have a little trouble getting through 90, but we will see. Well, silver certainly on a run here. I'd like to see it last for a couple of days before we get too excited about this breakout, but a breakout for sure it is. 10-year Treasury is up today to 4.51, getting lofty again on that Treasury. Probably encouraging Trump to still, have rhetoric around the Federal Reserve. Again, he's threatening to fire Jerome Powell. And, well, the Supreme Court will decide that. That's all I'll say on that. Okay, in the copper market, copper making another run here as industrial metals catch a bid, and copper up 5.6 cents to 4.92. If that breaks through 5, then we could see some fireworks in the copper market, like we are seeing in the platinum market. Okay, look at this. Platinum, 1,188, up $19. And still, you can get nearly 3 ounces of platinum for 1 ounce of gold, at least in the paper market. Palladium taking its cue from platinum, up $17 to 1,064. What we really have here is a ABG scenario playing out. Anything but gold. Okay, so I think gold has made its serious run in the short term. Not that it won't go to 5,000 in the long term, but people are looking at alternatives to gold like platinum and now palladium and certainly silver and ABG, guys. Okay, anything but gold, and that's what the markets are saying right now. Speculators trying to push gold alternatives. Not that platinum is really a gold alternative. Palladium certainly isn't a gold alternative. Silver is the closest thing to a gold alternative for anybody over 50 years old. At least they'd remember that. But that's what I think is happening here. Okay, and let's keep going here. Let's go into economic calendar. Wholesale inventories today, NFIB Optimism Index tomorrow, and all roads leading up to Wednesday, CPI year-over-year core, and the U.S. monthly federal budget. Okay, and then Thursday, initial jobless claims. So we will have a 1-2 punch on Wednesday, and I've said it many times, metals often kind of rally into these significant inflation and labor reports. If I had to guess, I would say CPI would be somewhat tame, not as hot as some people predict, and I would guess that initial jobless claims would be hot, as they have been heating up lately. So if we did get a tame CPI, that would give Powell cover to cut rates faster. Some people predicting, virtually no rate cuts this year. Others, want to see a full percentage point cut this year. The markets are currently on the side of very few rate cuts unless something changes. Right now, we're not quite seeing the chinks in the armor. In the pre-market, we are squarely in the greed category of 63, Dow futures up 43, S&P futures up 10, NASDAQ futures up 21, and Bitcoin is at 107,770, up 2,059 after having bounced off right around 101 and kept going. Before we get on to the best deals of the day, welcome new subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button if you like what I'm doing here almost every day. I'm on the website, bestsilvergolddeals.com, where it's all free, and you can click along with me if you like what I'm showing you here. Trying to get the best deals anywhere I can on the internet, and not sponsored by any bullion dealer. I won't tell you to go anywhere except where I have some trust and where I think the prices are lowest. And but before we do that, the newbie question of the day, and this isn't a question, this is a little tutorial here. I'll do it really fast. I was having this conversation with someone yesterday talking about an ounce of silver. Okay, newbies may not know that an ounce is not an ounce. A pound is not a pound. A kiss is not a kiss. Okay, what you got to know is there are conventional standard ounces that you're used to in the United States, and there are troy ounces, and we'll just do that very quickly. And what happens here is a troy ounce is actually 1.097 standard ounces. A troy ounce is not a conventional ounce. Anytime you're buying an ounce of silver, gold, platinum, anything but copper. Okay, copper is measured in conventional ounces. So 16 ounces of copper and 16 ounces of silver actually will weigh different on the scale. But you're probably not buying copper. Just recognize a troy ounce is not a conventional ounce, and there are 31.1 grams in a troy ounce, and there are 32.2, I think it is, troy ounces in a troy kilo. I probably shouldn't have gone there. Your head's spinning at this point. But old-timers know this. A troy ounce is a different weight of measurement than a conventional standard ounce. And that gets on to the question of what is a pound of silver? Okay, well, over the years, it is everything under the map. Now, of course, a troy pound of silver is actually 12 troy ounces. If you're buying a 1 pound silver bar in the market, you better very quickly try to understand how many troy ounces are in that pound, because sometimes older manufacturers did not follow that convention, and sometimes they did. So what you want to know is how many troy ounces in that pound of silver you're buying. Or if they can't tell you that, how many grams, and you can work back into it. All right? Because a pound of silver could be 2 or 3 different things depending on what you're buying. So definitely, if you're buying a pound of silver, don't divide by 16. Don't even divide by 12. Try to figure out what exactly the weight is. And always remember, an ounce is not an ounce. Okay, a troy ounce is different than a standard ounce. That's all I'll say for now. Let's get on to the deals, because you may be buying today. All right, if you're buying gold, well, let's get a gram for you smaller stackers. And here it is, 125 at Summit Metals. Out of assay, probably the better buy is 116 at Hero Bullion. Why is it the better buy? Because the coin shop probably won't pay you any more for that gold in assay. Matter of fact, they might even take it out of there to test its authenticity. New customers can get near spot at 107 for a gram of circulated gold at bullion.com. And moving on here, if you want to go a little bigger, let's do a 1/10 Gold Eagle. Very high premiums on these, $373. That is a 3730 melt on a melt basis for a 1 ounce, 1/10 ounce Gold Eagle. Probably one of the most expensive coins in the world. A 1/10 maple, if you want to scale that down a little bit, 363.31 at Safe Haven Metal, best price I can find. And if you want to go cheaper, a random 1/10 ounce Canadian coin, BU coin, so it'll be nice, $356. Now we're at a 3,560 melt on that 1/10 ounce. Let's go to a 1/4 ounce Gold Eagle, also very high premiums, $881 at Safe Haven Metals. A 1/4 ounce maple is $915 for some reason at Safe Haven Metals. Why the maples are more than the eagles, I don't know. I would never buy that. A 1/4 ounce Krugerrand is going to get cheaper for you here. It is Sovereign. And it is $869 at Safe Haven Metals. A 5 gram, because Americans hate metric, will probably be cheaper out the door on a melt basis at $565 at Monument Metals. And a $5 commemorative, if you like your U.S. Sovereign, I don't know why you wouldn't buy these, $814 at Bullion Exchanges. Now, this is a .241 ounce of gold, And so call it a quarter ounce almost, and the melt will be pretty good on this. You take this into the LCS, so you buy that quarter ounce Gold Eagle and you pay through the nose for it. You take it into the LCS and they steal a great big chunk of that premium from you. You buy this at or near spot, you take it into the LCS, and they'll probably pay you 2% back a spot. Which would be a better investment? I'll leave that to you. It is U.S. sovereign gold, if that helps you make that decision. And we'll find these on eBay probably at lower prices. That's why I like $5 commemoratives. And I've bought, oh gosh, a dozen of these over the years. And I've sold them as well. Okay, we've got 10-gram gold. We've got a 1/2 ounce Gold Eagle 1705 at Safe Haven Metals. Half-ounce gold maple 1751 at Safe Haven Metals. Half-ounce Britannia is 1739 at Hero Bullion. Half-ounce Krugerrand 1710 at Safe Haven Metals. Now you'll also have to ask yourself, if you're not buying U.S. gold because you don't need the tax benefits for what all the reasons that people buy that, or the recognizability, and you're buying other than U.S. sovereign gold, why aren't you buying the Krugerrand? Because it's often the cheapest, and it is sovereign country gold. And I don't know how long the 1/2 ounce has been around. That could even be a proof. But nothing wrong with Krugerrands, and they are cheap. If you don't believe me, here is the 1 ounce gold Krugerrand. If you got this much money hanging around, $3,329 is right around spot at bullion exchanges. But we'll go back to the Gold Eagle. A 1 ounce Gold Eagle is $3,364 at bullion exchanges. Also a very good price. Not sure why Gold Eagles are coming down in premium there, but maybe because people don't have $3,000. If you want to upscale that to a Buffalo, $3,427 on Safe Haven Metals. But don't you dare buy this before you look at Costco and eBay. Let's keep going here, and there's a 20 franc, also foreign gold. Not that different from a fractional Krugerrand, but prettier and more historic. 626 for a AUBU Helvetia. Yeah, very, very pretty there. I'll let you do the math. 0.1867 ounces of gold in that, and you could definitely buy that. Platinum Eagles are getting out of sight here at $13.54 here at Hero Bullion. Holy moly, platinum, let's go. Random platinum circulated coins, $13.07 at SD Bullion. Platinum in the card, $12.87 at Safe Haven Metals. And, you know, there's a big buy-sell spread on platinum, but you can pop into your, self-directed IRA. What, you don't have one? God, get a self-directed IRA, guys. And better yet, get a self-directed Roth IRA. Trade all the metals you want there. That's what I do. And someday I'll be taking that money, and it'll be tax-free in the Roth. Anyway, just some advice for you there. Also, there are tax penalties on trading precious metals in your conventional IRA. Your pre-tax, not in your IRA, in your standard brokerage account, the one where you buy Tesla and whatnot. You're going to pay higher taxes when you sell those precious metals through your standard after-tax brokerage account. So set up a Roth IRA and do your trading there. Duh. Okay, I don't know why people don't do that. Okay, a Silver Eagle is $40.49 at Summit Metals. Wow, we wished for these prices a few years ago. So many years under 20, so much time even under 25, so many years between 15, 16, 17. It went to 20 and everybody sold everything. And now some of those people are regretting that. And here we are at $40 for a Silver Eagle. All right, a little bit cheaper in a tube of 20, and you can get those at Monument Metals for $7.97. Backdate BU Eagles, and I like the backdates. Now, the impaired deal is up at Pinehurst Coins. You got to look to the tube of 20, $38.62. Okay, at Pinehurst, this is a new link for you. $138.42. And you don't save much by going to 500, but a tube of these, $38.62, is not a bad alternative to those over $40 Silver Eagles. Quality on these has been pretty good per the reports I have had. If you're having trouble buying Eagles at this price and you keep waiting for Costco to bring them back, you may want to jump on that. Not bad. Okay, my green light with restraint is on. Another day here, over 35, and I will be encouraged that we're going to test 38. and could easily blow through 38. A number is just a number in many ways. The chart is important. It's very important. That cup and handle breakout is also important, and gold is providing a lot of fuel for silver right now. All the stars are lining up for a bigger rally in silver, but many times it gets squashed. COMEX is raising margin requirements, and shorts are increasing on silver. Okay, so they could get it up there and they could smack it hard. It's got to hold over 35 for a while to get really excited about that. Okay, there are some stories there you may want to read from the last couple of days. A silver maple is $39.26. I know it's confusing. It's precious metals, and if you're investing for the short term, you're going to be confused. For the long term, not so confusing. $38.73 for a kangaroo at bullion exchanges. People getting smoking deals on those on eBay the other day. A Britannia is, got the hiccups, $38.83 at bullion exchanges. Everything's BU. Excuse me, unless I say otherwise. A Krugerrand is $39.12 at Monument Metals. Let's go on to, oh my gosh, I got these hiccups. Let's see, $45 for a 2024 Libertad. People are flocking to the Libertads. It's not even a low mintage. But, the U.S. Mint will make 30 million Eagles, and, they'll make a million of the Libertads. You decide if you want that. If you do buy that, vacuum seal that sucker. I highly recommend it. And we got the Army Privy Proof Eagle coming out at $105 in a couple days. Get 3 of those. Get as many of those as you can. If I could, I'd buy 100. That's how convinced I am that that's going to be a solid investment or a solid flip. If you get those, I'll take them off your hands. Okay, Costco, and is there any silver up at all? $400 silver, probably. Oh, look at that. They can't keep the $400 silver bars in stock? That is weird. We got a maple or a rand bar at $33.99 and a buffalo at $34.19. You'll be under spot. Unless gold was going up last time I checked. You'd be under spot on that buffalo, and that's a solid buy anytime you want to do it. Rakuten will not work on this deal here. Okay, I don't know why it pops up. And let's get on to junk in the trunk. Where are my spot deals? They are Gonzville, man. 26.76 times face. There's a handy little cheat sheet here. 26.76 is going to be about 37.20. That is going to be 70 cents or so over melt. Okay, well, coin shops have a lot of it, so you may be able to get a much better deal at your coin shop. 1 ounce round is going to be $37.37 at Monument Metals. It's going to be a beautiful Sunshine Mint round, and I believe that is BU. And it is BU, baby. Okay, so that is a good deal there. I think we can beat it on eBay, but Sunshine Mint rounds, authenticator circle in the back, very high quality rounds. Sunshine Mint are probably not selling as many planchets to the U.S. Mint, therefore they're dumping their silver, and it's a good time to pick up high quality rounds. That's not a bad deal right there. You know about this 10-ounce cast deal I like. The goose is going to be even looser this morning. $80.64 for that 2-ounce coin from the Royal Canadian Mint. Let's do a kilo. A kilo this morning is $1,204. Look at those prices. There were days that I sold a Rothschild kilo for that price. I mean, I don't know why I did. Okay, let's keep going here. And now we are on eBay. We're going to find the best prices we can. For this, you want that PayPal credit card, link on my website. The American Express Blue Everyday Cash. I wish they'd shorten the name of that damn card. You're going to get 3% cash back when and only when you check out through PayPal. So don't forget about that. PayPal card works at the U.S. Mint as well if you're gearing up for that Army Privy. So get that PayPal card right now. It costs you nothing. You can get a pocket pinger for $35. Here is the app that supports it. I'm told that they now have the app for Android as well. You'll need a pair of calipers if you're going to go to garage sales and pick up some weird foreign silver. First, you want to ping it. Then you want to go to your app and make sure it tests. Then you want to measure it actually, first you want to measure it, then you want to load those measurements into the app, then you want to ping it, and then you want to see if you got the real deal, if you got some old weird coin there you're getting for cheap, or maybe it's a fake. Okay, how about 20 silver eagles? Let's get a good deal here, because you're having trouble buying those at these prices. 735 is going to be a too small, too lousy of a seller. Sorry if that's you. 789 is big seller, good feedback, free shipping. Nobody liked this deal, I guess. It is still there. Billy's got it. And we'll call that 790, is going to be 39. Okay, I'm going to show you the math on this, and it's so much cheaper. I guess people just aren't buying. 790 divided by 20, nice looking backdate eagles, is 39.50. Use that PayPal card times 0.97. You're out the door after rebates at 38.31 for BU Eagles. That is $2 over. So you can, buy that any day of the week. If you're buying, okay, and that is the challenge here. You're betting on higher prices. I think we'll see $2 higher prices, and we'll have to see what happens after that. Will there be a slam? Let's do the rotation. Silver maples, tube of 25, $9.89, almost $1,000 for a tube of maples. Britannias are $9.50, not bad. Kangaroos are $9.98. These are the highest prices we've seen in some time. Krugerrands are $9.55. Nothing wrong with $9.55. Those are 2022s. They are BU. It supports charity. It's a big seller. Good feedback. $9.55. He'll take a best offer. Okay. Offer these people $900 and then negotiate up from there. I saw someone was getting a great deal on some stuff. Start low with your offers. You got 5 chances to keep moving it up if you get an automatic decline. This could be cheap. But let's say you got these for $9.30. What is the cheat sheet on $9.30? Where is the cheat sheet for $9.30? That's the question. Here it is, $9.30, and we're not off the chart yet. You'll be at $36. You'll be under spot if you got it at that price. So again, if you want something like that, you support a charity, it's a Krugerrand, it's a BU coin, and he'll take a best offer. Very, very nice right there if you're buying today. I can't tell you to buy or not to buy, but if you don't have much silver, you may want to get some right now. Okay, so that's good for the rotation. Let's get a better deal on junk. On this, we want $10 face, and we want dates. We don't want worn. Full dates, 40 circulated, worn. We don't want worn. We want 24.5. Why so cheap? There must be a shipping charge of $7. This is a good seller, good feedback, something. I'm going blurry on this one. Why is it so cheap? What the heck? That'll be 25.2 times face. Is it $10? Man, that's cheap. Nice looking too. 25.2. Look at this. 25.2 times 0.97, right? You got that good credit card. Otherwise, don't even shop on eBay. You're at 24.44 divided by the other number you want to, fraction you want to remember is 0.715. You don't have to use my cheat sheet. 34.18. $2 under melt. Dang, how many you got? He's got 2. Okay, even if you don't want to buy today, you ought to buy that. And if you don't believe in junk, well, I pity the fool that don't believe in junk. Don't base your purchases on today's rhetoric. Base them on tomorrow's. You going to be selling today? Well, you could buy that today and sell it today and probably break even, but think about tomorrow, guys. Just at least give silver a couple of years if you're going to buy it here, and hopefully 20 years. You think junk is going to be more available in 20 years? You think people won't want it for prepping purposes as a Big Mac, starts costing $50? You think the demise of the dollar is going to render 90% junk silver irrelevant? Really? Yeah, they'll pay you less for it at the LCS, I know, so don't buy it for today. Okay, you guys buying up the Morgans, aren't you? Wow, let's see about that. Oh, gosh, I'm going to say this again, and I can't say it more strongly. If you're buying vintage, I know if you're buying numismatics on eBay that are not graded, you're gonna get ripped. You're gonna get ripped off. There are dozens and dozens of sellers on eBay selling raw coins that look like they're righteous coins, and you'll get it and it will have been cleaned. They can play with the lighting, they can say lots of things, PQ, whatever, whatever, whatever. Don't buy raw coins unless you're buying a tube of BU Morgans or something, from a reputable seller. But if you're buying something that has not been graded, you're going to get eventually ripped off, especially if you're buying $500 Carson City Morgans. You think you're going to save $20 on something where the picture looks good. You can do that at the LCS all day long, okay? Pick out the best raw Morgan you want from the LCS. On eBay, there are frauds, fakes, and rip-off artists that do nothing but sell raw, cleaned coins to unsuspecting investors. And it's happened to me, and I've lost some good money doing that. Please don't do it. Please buy your Carson City Morgans in the slab. And maybe you'll get lucky, maybe you won't. But people, these cleaned coins, these whizzed coins, they're very, very hard to detect through a picture with the lighting and whatnot. So instead of that, just get yourself something reasonable in the slab that has been authenticated by PCGS or NGC. That's my recommendation to you. Some of the older slabs that are not the grading company slabs, Littleton, etc., you probably have a much better chance of getting an authentic, non-cleaned coin. But mostly, get them in the slab, guys. It's not worth trying to save $50 and then losing $200 on a clean coin, and you won't even be able to tell for sure. But I guarantee you send that coin to NGC or PCGS, and it will come back as cleaned details, worth half of what you thought it was worth. That will happen to you eventually. Okay, let's do a kilo. Sorry to go down that hole there. What do we got here? We got a kilo for $12.34. We got a Republic Metals. Oh yeah, well that one's all beat up, but those are good little bars. Yeah, that one's a little beat up. $12.35, $1,200 out the door on that. Let's keep going here. Your vintage bar of the day is a Bull logo Engelhart. Always grab the Bull logo over the plain logo, assuming it's just not a waffle back or something. That is a plain back Canadian Bull logo, $4.89, and got to have one of those in the stack, guys, from Canada. All right, and moving on to a Kilo Kook. And a Kilo Kook or a Kulo Keek is $12.49, and then minus $36. I don't know, close to $1,200 on Kulo Keek here, and but don't get it if it's not BU. You want the BU. I don't see BU in the title. $12.92 for a BU. You'll have to really examine these older kooks. That's a small seller. You wouldn't want that one. And this one is a big seller, and let's see what the condition is. A tarnish could come off of there. Pretty easy to clean tarnish, but don't wipe dab when you do that. Okay, I don't know about that, but it's the same price as a bar. You might as well get that. Let's see, and a large lot of 1 ounce rounds. Can we beat $1 over spot? $37.80 will be about $36.60 out there. Well, hell yeah, we beat the hell out of that. There's a deal right there, but those are secondary. If you want to go to BU, $37.84, about $36.65 out the door. We'll beat the hell out of that 99-cent deal as well. You can trust bullion.com. You can use your PayPal card. Just clean up on that if you got that much money, and that is about the price of an ounce of gold, so why wouldn't you buy silver here? Boy, if silver runs, I mean, it really could run to 50. It depends what the speculators do, okay? It's all about speculation right now. Not that silver isn't worth 50, but you're just going to have to watch what the speculators do and what the bullion banks do. And there could be, a $2 smackdown tomorrow, and then again, they may not be able to do it. We'll have to see. I just don't know. Okay, small lot of 20. Is that going to be as cheap? $7.40 for Liberty rounds. Well, these are those cloudy rounds. You could buy these pretty near spot and melt them. They are 3 nines. Oh, Silvertown. I melt Silvertown silver for bars. I am always disappointed in the results. Uh-oh. Better scratch that. Okay, I take that all back. I can't say stuff like that anymore, right? Don't say that. Donald Trump, 747. Okay, whatever. Let's keep going. Let's get on to a Platinum Eagle. Platinum Eagle is 1,443. I raised the price on mine the other day for the very same coin. I'd just as soon hold on to it. I think Platinum's going to make a move here. It is 6:23 a.m. Pacific time. They're really focused on these riots in LA. Looks like they're burning stuff. And anti-ICE demonstrations getting kind of touchy there. Of course, local government is not happy with the National Guard coming in, and we'll have to see what happens with that. That could grow. I don't know. I better not comment. Okay, 1 second. We'll get on to the gold. All right, if you're buying gold, let's start with itty bitty 1 gram gold. How cheap can we get it? And we can get it for $119 minus about $4. Would put you at about $115. Not a bad deal. Looks like probably, oh, it's out of assay, but it doesn't look too beat up. That's not bad. Let's go up to 1/10 gold. Again, small gold. Let's get a small price. This is going to beat the dealers. Bullion.com has 353 for random sovereign gold coins. They may or may not be good quality. Well, let's click into it because you may want this. What do they say about these? They say they are uncertified and circulated. They look pretty decent there, so probably decent circulated. 352 on this one. You're going to take about $11 off. You'll be at 342 on that. That's not much over melt, so you could do that all day long. And again, when you take it into the LCS, they're probably going to pay you the same for a circulated sovereign gold coin as they would for a BU. Probably, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, that's good on 1/10 gold. Let's go to a 1/10 gold eagle. Let's see if we can get a good deal here. 377 for a BU gold eagle. About 365 out the door. You check the dealer price above, see if that beats it. Random quarter ounce gold. If gold is gold to you, then you won't want that panda, right? That panda, nobody wants it. But here we got quarter ounce gold, 872 from bullion.com. It is sovereign gold, meaning that it has a monetary value. It is a coin, 4 nines gold, means it's easy to scratch, and somebody probably did scratch it. 872 on this one, you're going to take about $35. I don't know, about 845 on that out the door. Times 4 will tell you the melt on that. Not a bad price. Let's keep going here. Let's go up to a quarter ounce gold eagle. Quarter ounce gold eagle as cheap as 902. BU gold eagle 902. And then $30 off puts you about 875 on a quarter ounce gold eagle from a good seller. Let's go up to a 1 ounce gold eagle. How cheap can we get that? They're pretty cheap at the dealer. $34.69. BGASC. I do not trust this seller. Is it BU? I bet it's not. Look at that. Not even ungraded is the rating. And somewhere down here it's going to say, good luck. Good luck figuring out what BGASC is going to sell you. Anyway, $34.67, about $110 off. $33.57. That's going to be over melt. So that dealer deal is better on that. How about a buffalo? Somebody sell your buffalo, would you? Now, you don't want this fake hold buffalo. Please don't buy that. $35.29 puts you out the door, a little over $3,400 on a buffalo. That'll beat the dealers there, and that's a BU buffalo random year. I think you'll save a little on that, unless you're buying on Costco, which is the no-brainer. How about a Krugerrand and $25.49 for a Krugerrand? Oh, I don't know why you would pay that. APMEX, that's why, I guess. You love APMEX. Let's do Tudor Beasts. Tudor Beasts are $8.94 for the quarter, and the 1 ounce are, come on, 1 ounce, 34.62. Oh, about 33.50 out the door. That's melt. That's pretty close to melt on the unicorn if you can stand these designs. I like the dragon personally. Oh, only $10 more for the dragon. Now that is bitchin'. Oh, you can get the Tudor Dragon for $34.75. That would be about $110 off through PayPal or American Express Everyday Cash. Check out through PayPal. $33.65, about $30 over melt or something like that. I don't know what melt is at the moment. That's a good buy right there. Get the dragon over the unicorn, guys. That's a pretty hot little coin right there. They'll probably garner some collector value in the future. Okay, a $5 commemorative. Let's see if we can prove what I say about this being a good investment. This is he still out of town? No, 8 feedback seller. You can't buy it. I hate that. 849 in the OGP. Good seller, pretty good feedback. And it is, which one? It is Liberty. That's $5, 0.241 ounces of gold. $5. Where does it say? Yeah, $5. If it's a $5 commemorative, it's U.S. and it's 0.241. People don't generally know that. They tend to go for less. 849. Let's give you a price on this. I got to wrap up here. The market just opened. 849. I think we're going to see a sell-off in the stock market, but damn, it just won't come. But my platinum, palladium, uranium is doing good this morning. Divided by 0.241. Okay, before rebate, it is 35.22. Take that 3% off, which is times 0.97, and you're going to be at 34.17. Not as good as I thought, but 34.17, fractional U.S. sovereign BU gold with OGP. Okay, I mean, that's not bad. That's not what that $50, $60, $70 over melt. That's not bad. That's a good buy-sell spread on that. Before you buy that quarter-ounce gold eagle, consider something like that. I don't know that the OGP makes it any more valuable, but you could enjoy it. That's beautiful. Okay, let me just wrap it up here. Stuff in my eBay store. You can always ask me for a friend discount. Welcome to channel members. Thank you for joining my channel. And if you need my poured silver, reach out to me. It'll be cheap. There's a precious metals verifier. You'll need one of those and a vacuum sealer. If you're buying those Libertads, definitely you can spend $100 on a vacuum sealer, and those Libertads will be sparkling white for virtually forever. Not necessarily milk spot free, but usually. And invest in the vacuum sealer if you're buying large quantities of silver. Don't throw it in an ammo can and hope it's going to be okay. Junk silver, yeah, throw it in that ammo can. Put it in a beer can. Put it anywhere you want. Bury it in the backyard. You can't hurt it. So anyway, why did I go down that rabbit hole? Here is the Amex card. Here's the PayPal card. Get them. The Quicksilver card is really good. Get that one too. And it's okay. You can have a couple more credit cards as long as you pay them off. Do not run a balance on your credit cards. Do not pay interest on your credit cards. Do not think you're going to get rich on a run from silver to 37 to 50 and hope to pay that credit card off. Do not have to go to your wife and tell her how you have to sell the car because you lost a lot of money in precious metals. Don't do it. Ask an old timer. They will tell you. They will tell you. And you can find the videos. Search on YouTube videos that say something like, I'm selling my stack. And then search out the ones that people that are selling their stack because they made an inappropriately sized purchase for them. There's, regular stackers, there's jumbo stackers, there's itty bitty stackers. Don't get over your skis on precious metals. You will regret it, I promise you. Okay, and lots of stuff. You can check out those old deals, see how they're going. Don't be buying pennies and whatnot before you pick up your $100 box of nickels. Okay, to pick up your $100 box of nickels for $100, guys. There's 75% copper in a nickel, 25% nickel in a nickel. These boxes of nickels are going to go for $200 in 5 years probably. Commodities are not going to be getting a lot cheaper unless we go into depression, right? Which doesn't look likely at the moment. Copper's up again, $4.90 now. Just looking at the screen, S&P futures 6015 over that 6,000 handle. I tend to think we're going to have a pullback here in the stock market, but that doesn't mean silver and gold will go down. Anyway, pick up your nickels, guys. That's a great investment. Get 10 boxes of nickels, stack them in the garage. Find a pallet on the side of the road somewhere. They're everywhere. Put that in the garage. Stack your boxes of nickels. Throw a tarp over it, and if somebody steals them, if they can carry them, they can have them. They're very, very heavy. Very, very useful in weighing down things you want to you want to weigh down, like your beef jerky or where am I going with that? Okay, that's nickels. Just it's right. It's there. It's gold in the street. They are going to recompose the nickel of zinc or something like that. Probably won't even work in the vending machines. Or they are just going to stop making them completely. It is a no-brainer to pick these up, and you can't lose money. You can't lose money. And check out eBay, what they're selling boxes of nickels for. You'll see my point. Here's 3 coin shops on YouTube I recommend. 3 ways to support my work. And I don't have time to get into the chat room, but I wish you guys well. And I've been very, very busy lately. Sorry I haven't been in the chat room more. You can always find me at losinglouis@yahoo.com. Channel members can always reach out. And I'll look at every comment on these videos. Thank you for joining me. Share this if you have a friend that has been paying too much for gold and silver. Share it on social media. That helps the channel immensely. Let's get to 20,000 subs, huh? I can do it with you guys. Thanks so much, and thumbs up if you don't mind. Bye for now.